Hey, Michelle is back. So I still think I may be pronouncing uh, it's a hereditary properties. Hereditary properties. That's what I've been saying in a couple of videos and just been all over the place with it. So anyway, people of color are the carriers of hereditary factors. I still think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Whatever. So something with the DNA and how they go in there and mixing formulas and in the secret back rooms and caves. Oh, jeez. Anyway, so I want to get on another topic too about these sexually frustrated scientists and uh, leaders, and they could be men or women as far as what I'm saying, but mostly, unfortunately, the men are the ones degenerating, and it's always about violence and control and harm and destruction and wars and want to know who has the biggest this and that. They're so obsessed with their mushrooms, and there is also an obsession with these phallic symbols, PHALLUS. How that's it's also also known as a penis, but I call them mushrooms. All right, they're mushrooms. So anyway, there is always this obsession with that. All you have to do is look at the space shuttles. All you have to do is look at that symbol on that Amazon box. It looks like a smile. That's not a fucking smile. That's a wishful illusion of what they think they have. And I told you that's what it is. It's always and so they're playing tricks on people's eyes. So that's what marketing is about too. Unfortunately, it's manipulation. So you always see certain things thrown out on billboards, on signs, in music and the coding in music, tones in music, but in sight, you see this and it's reminding, that's fine. That part is not fine. That part is fine as long as it's not for nefarious reasons. And that's the point. Most of it is nefarious. It's about controlling. There's nothing wrong with doing that if you're just genuinely attempting to sell a product. If you're genuinely and sincerely, from love, from compassion and empathy, attempting to sell a product that you hope represents that's fantastic. But for the majority, that's maybe 10% of the people, I don't know, maybe, okay, all right, 11%, is that better? Of the people, but the 90%, that has that vast control, which is just a small number of people, they're the ones that are using it for nefarious, destructive purposes of control and mind control, trigger, certain words and certain combinations to mind control people. They're resisting. He has a weapon. Shots fired. It's mind control. It's mind control. And that's what they're doing. Okay? It's mind control. To get people to get into a state of panic and trance. And then they incorporate certain sounds, certain sounds to get a result. And usually it's nefarious. It's not about helping anybody. It's not about having empathy for anyone. They do not have empathy for people. They don't have it. They have it, but they don't want to use it. They rather use it for nefarious purposes only. Because it's free will and you have a choice. And so that's why sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissistics like to watch what everybody's doing so they can try to repeat it as into themselves as if they are compassionate and loving, and they're not. That part of them has been turned off for many lifetimes. If I tell you this, and because like I said, this is for entertainment purposes. and it's just entertainment, theories and theories and opinions, you know. But if I tell you this particular individual that's alive today, okay, all right, this particular person was in politics. How about that? And I'm not gonna say no more about him. Of course, it's a male, but you would not believe it was determined via some information provided that he was a serial killer. One of his personalities was a serial killer, and in that same personality, poisoned his wife, and just because he got tired of her, and he wanted to be with someone else. I don't know if it was a family member or what. He was involved with raping of a family member, I think. Something, or something to that effect. And he had an obsession, I think, with young girls. Whatever. I think, theories, right? Isn't that a great movie? But anyway, and so one of his previous personalities in the 1600s, he was a serial killer, and he was raping a lot of people. I think he raped some of his family members, and maybe got one of his family members, impregnated, and he poisoned his wife because he got tired of her, and I don't know who he ended up with. I think he ended up with a family member, and they had a baby. And blah, blah. Isn't that something? Isn't that an amazing story to tell? Okay, so but in the 1600s, this particular person that's alive now was in politics, and that is one of his former personalities. Find out who he is, and would you tell me? You don't have to tell me shit. I know who he is, but find out who that is. That's an assignment. But anyway, these sexually frustrated, usually men, and they can be women too, but the men, there's always this phallus symbol, PHALLUS on everything, everywhere. Okay, it's on the Amazon box. That is not a smile on the box. Okay, that's a penis symbol. Okay, that's what that is. The space shuttles are penis symbols. Okay, and that's because these men, apparently, since this, it's always in a form of a penis or a mushroom. I call them mushrooms. So if I say mushrooms, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to tone down the language because I know how people get all worked up. Oh my gosh, she said penis. She said penis. Oh, just carrying on and getting all worked up over words instead of understanding what the meaning is and paying attention to what's happening around you. I miss things too now. Don't get me wrong. I make mistakes all the time. I get manipulated all the time. Ooh. Stuff be going on in the sky and in the moon, in the mountain. I get manipulated too. But I do sometimes I was like, God damn it, Michelle. And, I get a little. That's just science. That's not cocaine. I don't do cocaine or crack or whatever. You see me doing that? No, that's no drugs in this system. I don't need no weed. God damn it! Can you imagine if I were doing weed? What would happen? God damn. No. I don't do all that. I tried that oil, and that shit didn't do anything for me either. I think it gets me a little bit aroused sometimes, but I don't need no more. I don't need to be no more aroused than I am. That my imagination allows me to be or have or whatever. So, but everything's in that symbol. If you notice, pay attention. Like I said, on that Amazon box, when they make those deliveries, that's not a smile. Okay, the space shuttle, that's not, what the hell is why is it always in that kind of symbol? Why don't they do it as a mushroom and see what happens? They may have better success if they, create these space shuttles in the form of mushrooms instead of, penises. That's just a suggestion. So have fun with everything you're doing. No matter what you're doing, have fun with it. Attempt to entertain people because that's what people like. They like to be fucking entertained. You know, they always want to, and it's never enough. That's the problem. So there may be success there because people don't ever get enough of entertainment. They don't ever get enough of self-help. They don't ever get enough of this washing, rinse cycle. They love it. They always think there's something in that. All it is stagnation of water. It's just stagnation of water, and eventually, the stuff that's seeped in that water and that stagnation of water is going to rot and fall down. You understand me? Do you feel me? Do you hear me? And do you see me? All right, so let me start with that. Trying to make these videos kind of short. I don't want to overwhelm people any more than they are because we are overwhelmed. And then today, Monday, let's see. Yep, it's Monday, and you know how we are. We're always wishing it was Friday and want to kill ourselves on Monday. That's that stagnation of thought that keeps spinning in our heads. We hate Mondays. Why? We hate this. We want Fridays, and when Fridays gets here, before you know it, you're back at Monday. So because we're on that wash and rinse cycle. We're spinning, and we're not raising the vibration. You understand me? So I want to send peace and love all over the planet, all over the world, all over the universe. I'll be back. Oops, I didn't even do that, but hey, if that brings you peace and harmony and joy as it does for me when I meditate sometimes, I don't need to use, see the thing about, let me just say this so I can end, before I end this. When you get advanced in meditation, and unfortunately, if you started, there's always advantages to anything, but there's always a level of space and time, and in the materialness of it all, not in the creational. The creational, there is no space and time. But when you have a certain task and certain responsibilities, there is a certain level of time. There is, there is a certain level of time you are given. And we've been given millions of years of opportunities to get this right and raise it. But we haven't, raise it. But no, we haven't. We just stayed there. Spinning, and not moving, not developing. So with meditation, you will get away from needing to do anything. You can be in meditation in every activity of your life. And that's probably where I am, where everything's a meditation. Whether I'm sitting down, talking, eating, washing dishes, mowing the lawn, that's all meditation too. Meditation in every action. And as a matter of fact, I read a book about that back in the, when I was around my early 30s. It's about walking in meditation. Find out who that is. Or just, it makes sense. I mean, walking in meditation, what else would it mean? Everything, in other words, everything's a meditation. Whether I'm talking, looking, feeling, sensing, and receiving. Washing dishes, walking, talking, making love, intimacy. That can be a meditation as well. All right, I'll be back. Peace and love.